This symposium and this awards banquet that has been being held today has focused on leadership and service to country. Those of us that have been blessed with success owe our nation, our students, and our subordinates the mentoring and the encouragement that will put them on their own journey to excellence. This next generation must understand the implications of their willingness or unwillingness to answer the call to duty. That's what Heroes and Heritage is doing in their effort. Nurture the dreams and facilitate success. That is what Heroes and Heritage has embraced as its mission. Together we must stop America's massive slide toward educational mediocrity. I do want to highlight Fernando and his great committee that has been the force behind this great initiative. He's taken it from concept to reality. And, I really hope that we can institutionalize this because it's about the future of America. So thank you, Fernando, for all of your magnificent work and your committee that was recognized earlier also. God bless you for caring for our kids and for our nation.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Garza from Edison High School. And I wanted to ask you, you said there are over 750 career fields, and is it mandatory to join the military to be in these careers?
No, ma'am, you do not. Okay. And that's a great question, because you can, there's a website, www.opm.gov. OPM stands for Office of Personnel Management. This is a federal agency in Washington, D.C. that governs and sets the standards for career employment as a civilian within the Department of Defense. You can come in right out of college, but you can go to that website, and that website will list several career opportunities, several jobs that will be open, and normally jobs are open on the average for 30 days. Sometimes they're open a lot shorter period than that, and that means you have that opportunity to apply and be considered. But you can do that right out of college. We even have intern programs if you're still in high school, where you can look around at some of the federal agencies, and you've got several military installations here. Go to those installations and find out about their intern programs, summer intern programs, scholarship programs, so you don't have to wear a uniform to do that first.
My name is Colonel Brown, Renee Brown, and I've been in the Army for 26 years, and I joined the Army homeless. I didn't have a home, so I joined the Army. And 26 years, 18 years of marriage, 3 kids, and 4 combat tours later, 5 if you count Detroit, I'm here to tell you life is good. All right? And this whole entire operations was set up to give you the benefits of knowing exactly what's going on in your Department of Defense. It's not just mine, it is yours. And you need to really understand what's going on, because we want you to be the most productive person you can be, instead of being the most destructive person you can be. So as each of these folks here and behind me in the, behind the screen talk to you about that, they're all talking to you about opportunities.
How about a round of applause for our first set?
God bless.
Thank you, everyone.
So what we want you to do is develop your character so that you can become a great leader. You know, so we need to have a good foundation of character and integrity. The fourth thing is education. And I want to congratulate you for matriculating to the point that you are now rather than high school. But make sure when you go to, you want to go to college and educate yourself, and you want to constantly ask yourself, am I in the top 10% in my career field? If someone were to ask you, if you look yourself in the mirror, are you the top 10% in your career field, whatever you choose to be? Now, when we look at education, you know, you want to get that sheepskin, but at the same time, you want to have a lifestyle of continued education. You want to continually to improve yourself, continually to seek others, and continually to educate people around you. These are the keys to success.
And they're looking for students who are motivated, who want to lead, who are team players.
Yeah, 30 days to go take it again. My son's in the Air Force. He graduated last year from Southwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was 18 years old.
On the inside, in the air, not so good. There you go, keep going, come on.
In the department, people who did not know that they were my mentor, but I attached myself. Fear stepping based on an entry level with more experience, and it determines your pay. Allows you to come part-time during the summer high school.
I'm going to actually join the Navy, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I just want to know what would I be exposed to and what should I be aware of?
What we're looking to do is to create a pipeline. You know, we're looking at creating pipeline for where the students are today, and we're looking at creating something so they can have an easy transition into Department of Defense. Now,
I know one of the ladies there had mentioned that it doesn't matter about race or women, or it doesn't matter who you are, you can work up your ranks to the military. And I didn't know that there were so many opportunities for money, especially in the military.
Once it met all of my expectations, and then I think it exceeded it. It gave the kids an opportunity to be outside of their environment, talk with educated people, intelligent, articulate people, hearing motivation and inspiration and the way to achieve their goals. I think it was excellent. It was a great program.
First impressions were great, informative, insightful, and even exciting. Just getting the reaction from many of the students who were there. It makes an old guy like me feel younger again. And that's really what we're all about. The Department of Defense, many people already know about those of us who served or serve in uniform. What they don't always know about or realize is that we have a 600,000 civilian workforce that support all those men and women that are in uniform. And we're finding out that it's almost like a clique. Unless your parents or unless you have a relative who was a civil servant, you don't know much about it. Unfortunately, we don't advertise the civil service jobs like we advertise the uniform jobs. But there's so many opportunities, both on the uniform side and on the civilian side, and we're here to let folks know about that, especially in communities, in minority communities, where the word just doesn't always get down for whatever reason.
Well, it's as always, this is a very significant event in order for us to be able to communicate to our young people, our future leaders, the opportunities that exist within the Department of Defense and within the other professions that exist that serve our country. And during this time of war, that's a very critical thing for us to make sure that they understand. And it's both a personal opportunity for them and an opportunity to be able to serve our communities. Well, I think it's a combination of the media and also the average American citizen. I think because we have this all volunteer force, the exposure to our military and to our Department of Defense as a general entity has suffered. So we don't really understand. When people think Department of Defense, they think the military and the warfighting aspects of it, and it's much greater than that. And I think advertising these kinds of events, like the one we've had here today, is very important, and also just a general education requirement for us as a country and as civil and military responsibility to be able to communicate that it's much greater than just having soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines on the ground. You know.
definitely something